you guys feel about the animated Spider-Man movies that we've had in the last couple of years across the Spider-Verse. People are big into them, man. And one of the characters from them films that definitely I loved was Spider-Man Noir. So it has been reported, and I think it's a done and dusted deal, guys, that Nicolas Cage is reprising his role as Spider-Man Noir. But not only that, this is the element that I find quite interesting. It's going to be a live action series. So I don't know how this one's going to work personally, but this gets me more excited than if it was just an animated sort of carry on from them two films. Not sure how it's going to work, but I just want to say, Nicolas Cage, I absolutely love this actor. He's had the biggest up and down career of any actor I've seen, but you know what? I don't fault him for it because he's just paying the bills. It's fine. He's worked his way back up to starhood now, ever since Mandy, in my eyes. Like, going from there, from like 2018 onwards, he's just made some absolute bangers. Like, of course, there was Pig. What else has he made recently that was an absolute banger? He's got a film coming out this year called Long Legs that's a bit of a sleeper, under the radar serial killer film. I'm looking forward to that one. But Mandy's a quality film, mate.
The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent was quite well received.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. But I just think as a general population, we don't look at Nicolas Cage the way we used to look at him 10 years ago, maybe, when he was making all these direct to DVD films and stuff like that, just pumping them out basically. But yeah, guys, what do we think about a live action Spider-Man Noir? I find it quite strange in a way. I've got a lot of questions because Spider-Man Noir, it's all dealing in black and white. Is this going to look like sort of that? Like we get the black and white section in Dune. Is that how that's going to look, sort of live action type? But I don't know. Andy, what do you think about this one? Nick Cage live action Spider-Man Noir series.
I think it's interesting. It's an eyebrow raiser for sure. It's especially the highlighted. You've highlighted the live action. So
yeah,
I'd heard about this and I just assumed it was animated as well. Given that that's how he's portrayed him so far as animated, so I don't know enough about Spider-Man Noir. Like, my only intro to him was in the Spider-Verse films. I know that there's like, is it a series or is it like a kind of one-off?
He's been around for a while. Can you not remember? I think he was in a game, Web of Shadows, that came out in like 2013. That was a while ago. So he's been about. Paul, who's not here with us this week, folks, he'd definitely be able to. Yeah, he'd be able to tell us a bit more about this. But that's my first interaction with this character was in that video game like 10 years ago, whenever it came out.
I don't think I want to see this as like. I don't know how dark the comic. It's obviously like in the Spider-Verse. They come at him from a kind of humorous angle, like it's quite tongue in cheek, and he's a bit of comedic relief.
Yeah,
I think that's how I would like it to be played, to look like Sin City, and
maybe you stole my line.
Maybe not to actually see Nick Cage's face very often.
Yeah,
always to be in like a Mandalorian type gig. And for it to be like so melodramatic and so noir, so over the top and like deliberately depressing that it's funny, like that's a parody of noir is how I would see this working. I think if they went full on, this is going to be the darkest take of Spider-Man you've seen. I don't know if I want to see a dark take of Spider-Man, and if I do, I don't want it to be Nicolas Cage playing in Spider-Man Noir. I'd rather it was like a dark take on the classic Spider-Man character. But
like Spider-Man.
I'm up for it. I think it's really I think it's either going to be dog shit or it's going to be amazing. It's going to be one of those ones.
Yeah, man. Jimmy, what do you think about this news, mate?
I mean, Andy stole my line that I was desperate to say. If it look, a Sin City looking Nicolas Cage starring Spider-Man Noir show, like. That's a good sales pitch. That's a good sales pitch.
Sign me up.
But if you think about it on a more slightly more in depth, the character, Nicolas Cage's character in Spider-Verse, comedy relief, and that's it fit that role perfectly. Do I want to see him in the lead role of a live action show? I mean,
8 episodes.
Now that they've said it, yes, I want to see it. Do I automatically think that's a good idea? No, I don't. I'm not sure. Like, I want to see it now that they've announced it, but comedy relief in one of the best, if not the best, Spider-Man movies versus carrying his own show and like transitioning to live action, it's definitely an oddity. And I'm wondering, like, what's happening behind the scenes with Sony and MGM and Amazon. Did I miss some news? Did somebody buy somebody? Like, what's happening there?
Yeah, I think Amazon Prime, they're getting their hands on a couple of properties, though, not just with Sony and Marvel. They're also going to be releasing the Cape Crusader, which is obviously DC related. And that was going to go from originally going to be on Max, HBO Max.
Right.
But Amazon acquired it. So I think Amazon are just acquiring all sorts of, I don't want to say the dregs of these companies, but stuff, not dregs, but stuff that maybe Sony feel like 50-50 on, that they don't know whether they can make the money back on something like this, or it's a good idea, or we'll just give it Amazon, see what they'll do with it.
Yeah. It's it's an odd one. But Nicolas Cage, it's love him or hate him, like he never underperforms. Like
No.
he always swings for the fences. Like, he never phones it in. Like, he's always aiming for a home run. Sometimes he strikes out in like terrible fashion, and then sometimes he'll knock it out of the park. And then, that the next, and then, but it's pretty much like amazing, terrible, amazing, terrible. And that's, everything that's like the Nicolas Cage roller coaster,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Badger, what do we think about Nicolas Cage coming in for Spider-Man Noir on Amazon?
Well, I'm freaking juiced now that I know it's live action. So look, obviously, if it was going to be animated, I'd be okay with it. It's just that it would be more closer to the film. And forgive me, guys, I wasn't even the biggest fan of that film. I need to rewatch it. Into the Spider-Verse, I need to rewatch it. I only saw it once, and I was like,
the Spider-Verse.
okay, yeah, I was like, it's okay. I saw it. I didn't think too much of it other than how pretty it was. So I didn't even bother with the second one. And it's very surprising I wasn't into it, because I really cannot pick between Spider-Man or David Dunn from Unbreakable. As a superhero, like those two, just I can't pick between them. They mean so much to me. So anything Spider-Man related, I'm usually there like instantly. Sadly, not with them. But with that being said, Nicolas Cage, I thought was fantastic as the comedy relief, Noir Spider-Man. I really liked it. That was my introduction to the character. I was really into it. I thought him getting his own show in animation form would have been interesting, but now I've just found out it's live action. Now I'm juiced because I want to see him in person do it. I think he can do it. I am a big fan of him, of Mr. Cage. I think he's wonderful. He does swing for the fences. His career has been up and down like a teenage boy's wrist. Okay, I understand. But at the end of the fucking day, the guy knows what he's doing. Even in his shitty films, he's goddamn nuts. Even in that fucking Wicker Man remake, oh my god. The bees. Even then,
I've seen the memes.
Even then, he was at least going for it, at least. And he certainly wasn't inspired by the original Scottish masterpiece that was The Wicker Man. I adore that film, but still, look, he does new shit all the time. Mandy did surprise me. I did like The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, I did like it, and I haven't seen that film recently, the one where he's bald. And everyone's dreaming about him. I can't remember the name.
Oh, Dream Scenario.
I can't. Yeah, something like that.
Come out last year.
Can't keep up with Nick Cage's films though. He literally has like 3 out a year.
I know that film. I know you liked it, Alice. That it was decent. What was that film where he held that guy hostage in the car? What was it called? It came out last year.
Oh shit!
It was okay.
Sympathy for the Devil.
There we go.
Yeah, Joel Edgerton.
Yeah, that's it.
Not Joel Edgerton, Joel Kinnaman. Sorry. Yeah, no, I like that. It was good.
Yeah, I thought he was badass at it. He had some great Nicolas Cage moments. He's a really wonderful actor. So to see him donning that costume playing as Spider-Man, holy moly! I'm hoping it's going to be like him in Kick-Ass. I really hope
Yeah.
so. I really want to see.
He'll be buzzing about it as well because he's a big comic book nerd, isn't he? Like he loves all this stuff. So I imagine
Is
this
he not
was
also-
an easy yes for him.
is he not still linked to Ghost Rider as well? Like, I played Ghost Rider, but is he not still linked to reprise that role? For an MCU
Andy, we
project?
might end up seeing him in bloody Deadpool, mate. You never know.
Is that what it is he's supposed to be in? I knew
It
there
wouldn't
was
surprise
talk
me
about-
if he made a cameo in either Deadpool or Secret Wars if they ever get around to making Secret Wars. Yeah.
Yeah, forgive me. I like that first Ghost Rider. I thought it was hilarious. It's just
I
good.
like
Yeah, I
that.
do,
I
mate.
liked
Yeah,
it at the
yeah.
time. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, really? I'm not
Elliott.
alone. Oh, wow.
I've not
Okay.
seen it in a long time, but I enjoyed it when it came out.
Yeah.
Man,
Both
no,
of those
I've
steelbooks
watched it.
are some of the sexiest looking steelbooks that exist because it's just like a flaming skull on the front.
Nice. I
It's
would know.
quite
I've seen that.
expensive, the steelbook for the first film. Like if you see it going for second
Yeah.
hand on eBay,
Yeah, like that.
it always goes for
That and
$40.
Ben Affleck's Daredevil, like those two steelbooks, and the
Yeah!
Elektra steelbook. Like,
Don't get me, mate. That Electra steelbook. Why is it so expensive?
I know I've got them. It's like next door on a Marvel extended Marvel steelbook. Well, like they're on the wall. Like
You
I
got
managed
those,
to
you
get,
did?
Oh, no
yeah,
way.
I managed to get a
Get 'em.
copy. Yeah,
Well, it's
like
fine.
I'm looking at a psychopath. I managed to pick up a copy of Elektra, sealed, unsealed it, put it on the wall.
Nice.
Mate, you could have got
I
like
got
200
the- I found just the standard Daredevil director's director's cut. Maybe I can't remember. Standard
The
Daredevil
Coolio
Blu-ray
cut.
anyway.
The Coolio cut,
In
yeah.
like, my local CX, and I snapped it up because it was like £3. I thought I'd got myself an absolute bargain. I was like, oh, that's so rare. Like, it's out of print. It's so rare. And then I go home and discovered you could get it on Amazon for like £5.99.